I have returned. Yes. Took me 30 minutes to get stuff done. This is not going to be a long stream. I'm just going to do the Antitower and a few other things and then stop for tonight. Here I am. I'm in my white mage thing because I'm doing Beast Stripe quest. Leveling my white mage. Again, as you guys know, everything I have is 60 now. And I'm going to do Antitower as Dragoon. But well, usually it's late night and usually this thing takes like a while to get started, so I'm just gonna use my time efficiently and do Beast Stripe stuff. This bug cost me a bit of money. Shoot the flies. Okay, it's over there. Shoo flies. Shoo. Behold, I run. Flying through the sky on my bike, 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 bike. Fish trap. Behold the power of stones. All right. Oh, okay, I can get it afterwards. Sure, you know what? I'm gonna go there first. Is it a circle? No, I'm just going to go there first. Right off the bone! Eat right off the bone! Hi there, Lilatis. Terrible accents that all either end up where I could be. Fly, you fools! Awaken, drowsy dragon. Oh shit. I'm gonna see if I can end this first. Ah shit. Ah shit. Please be the last one. Please be the last one. Please be the last one. Yes. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I need to repair my shit. That spinning thing. The thumb break? Weird. Jump! Wee. Well, you're not. That's a terrible place to put this. There's going to be mobs over there spawning. I remember doing this a lot because of a relic weapon. What was the relic weapon? I'm trying to remember. It was a Shadowbringer's relic weapon. Whee! Damage down. Whee! Superman. Let us continue. Outlander. Here's a creepy. We are Carabarian or Durbados, Ho Ho. Alcar. Crazy. Wee. Creepy. Very creepy. Alrighty. Shit.
Here, feel Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst.
Why is it so low? Is it just me or is it low?
We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the across 10 and 3
Whoops.
were we then divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The ends cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea.
Yeah, but can we get Minfilia back?
Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
Ooh, she exploded. Well then. No. Played this game for a very long time. It's not my first rodeo when coming to this story.
Thank the 12! Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia? The word of the mother? I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No, this is all wrong.
It was a blessing, you who get chosen how and when and for what they die. Not that you need reminding. Not that you need reminding, I suppose. But the boy, for all the suffering he has known, he still clings to the notion there is a cosmic justice. A morality by which we are saved or condemned, and there isn't. Any of the other signs? Oh, not in here. God, this always happens when I try to talk a long period. All right. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. She's not coming back, is she? She did what she thought was best. I know that. I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So would we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the darkness as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. Hey! Kitong. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any. I must ask that. I must ask that. I must ask that. I must ask that you breathe a word of this to any of the others. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Fa Alamin. How do you say her name? I will brief Tataru on what we have learned, as well as Urianche. He may have insights into what the word told us. As for you, Gudrak, after all you have done, I would say you have earned a rest. Ah, but speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich when you were away. 'Twould seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort, and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Mahahaha. Mahahaha. Return. Alrighty. Oh, I should check that. Said I was gonna check that because voice seems a little low. Note system duration, sound. No, voice is max. That's weird. Maybe like that. Cat girl, bunny boy, and all the fellow are dancing in front of the convocation. Let me up sound effects. Ah, Master Tia. The Lord Commander left instructions that you were to be shown in.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present.
He sounds different for some reason.
When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire. But if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. Tis nothing. Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen.
Dude.
It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there, seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing. A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Sure, dude. The Falcon's Nest. Falcon Punch. Falcon Punch. Weird. It's still weird. Why want the teleportation money when you can just go there? Is this when I get poisoned? I forget, is this where I get poisoned? Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna get poisoned soon. The Lord Commander says you would come, Udrak. Ah, yes. Ah, you can see. Preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Well, mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that would be unveiled during the conference. The Masons labored day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emmerich wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he would be pleased with the result. It was not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. So, go rest. I will not keep you. Why is everybody telling me to rest? If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest? Might make your presence known to the people, and so forth. In addition to those who have come from far and wide to attend this ceremony, you may meet Lords Arturial and Emmanuel, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you now. If you would excuse me, I need return to my duties. I am glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Master Tia. And fear not, I I have no intention of begging, begging you for taking your aid. Begging your aid. Begging your aid. With this or that, anything happens to be in order. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plans. So I recall, Godolphnir may pass directly over the Count camp. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. Do you know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emmerich was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risks his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter too. He's a thinker. He is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it. By the fury, me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with dragons, but with all them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand, we've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that we're close to a reconciliation comes as a great relief. Still here, old boy. Huh? This really isn't the time. I will do my utmost to keep him out of trouble. But I might require your assistance later. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me then that we would If you had told me then that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are preparing to make that fantasy a reality. Ha! And here I am laboring to make it so. Lord Arturius, if I may? Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party has insisted it pledged to engaging any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me. Take me. They would defy Sir Emmerich's commands if they dare attack Godolphnir. It would not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us when A lord of House Hortaunt presents present. I understand. Completely. Let us depart at once. Ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Emmanuel while I am away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, changeable child, but recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger, given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return. Exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. Was that Lord Arterius leaving with the first commander just now? I'm rather busy at the moment, old boy, guarding this tavern as it was. Oh, I see now. Arthurius thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wastelands behind the walls might be kept safe from travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It won't do for my esteemed guest to be devoured by wolves. Oh no, yet this is precisely what would happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map, if I may, right there. Those are the points our scouts mark for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old boy. Come, honor lit. I must return to my rounds. Oh dear. Do be careful, my lord. Yeah, killing things. Alrighty. If I find you doing something stupid, Emmanuel, I'm gonna smack you. I'm seriously gonna smack you. Terrible important imposition though it was, I'm relieved that my lord does not think tending to the wolves by himself. Gojactia. Wolvesbane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds and that all is well in the Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a gassed. There was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made the arsonist confess? Clever, that. Ingrid, was it? He was asking for you. Anyways, once I noticed the gassed weapons he was sprouting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you'll hurry, he might be there. We see this pose. And no. Stay your weapon. We come in peace. Lady Icehaw told us tales of Adolphnia. If she would trust in Sir Emmerich, then we too would hear what he has to say. But the wolves caught us unawares, and were it not for this man, we would have surely died. Fancy meeting you here, Gudrak. It's fortune I came here when I did. These two would not have fretted well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of it, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest then, and see what other thrilling tasks he may have for us. Onward, and upward, and forward! Through over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. I made a spreadsheet and I don't know where it is. Shit. Yeah, well. I'm gonna make a spreadsheet of tasks I need to do. So I did the job quests for this. This was the first thing I did, was this guy. It's always the young ones, every time, but I'll fail. How wonderful you found Master Ingrid. As ever, I could not help but fear the worst. And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes. If I ever saw them, comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice, have you guaranteed the safety of any of our many guests? On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is aught left to do but enjoy our well-earned respite. Oh, and this should of course not go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Arturius wouldn't understand. Right then. The first floor of these barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion which I agree. Go on ahead, Gudrak. I'll join you anon. Oh yes, time to get poisoned and lose trust in drinks.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
You were right, my friend. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
This was never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Halone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do. Makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done? I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order! I did not! I never meant for anyone to...
Well then. That escalated. I dare say that could not have played out any worse. Given that the first commander and Lord Arturius are not here to take control of the situation, I spoke with a messenger who said that they would be returning shortly. But until they do, aught would be done. Lord Madeleine has retreated to barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure the order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell while fleeing the others at first. The Chirurgeons tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything. And for what? They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were daggers in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough, and that their call for justice can never be answered? Would this be the end of it? Or would there be others like them, and a true brotherhood? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I ever even can. I heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I see him and Sir Emmerich took their bloody chance and shoved it up their arse. I'd not be taken in by that rot again. Well, what say you? So the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards. The blame for all the casualties can be placed squarely on the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? Lord Arturiel and the first commander should have returned by now. To the tavern then. Their first order of business would be to speak with Lord Emmanuel, and I somehow doubt that he has moved an ilm since last we saw him. What weapons do I have as... yes, it's these. Fury take me, what a disaster. I should never have left. My apologies, Krugak. I bear full responsibility. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we do? What do we know? According to the initial reports, a protest was organized by the young woman whom Lord Emmanuel ordered shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants guests. Several were taken alive, others resisted and were struck down. Still others took their own lives. Our forces had suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no citizens were seriously injured. Still more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives. For the time being, at least, the Kyvergents are saying that they can for her. But she may not live through the night. Given their impeccable timing, it is like that the convictors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'd be sworn that these villains sent so much efforts plotting the failure of their this peace conference as we did its success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is any indication, there has been a more fruitful labors. In the wake of the protest, people seem disillusioned. You spoke with them, then, I see. Sir Emmerich placed his trust in me. It would be difficult to explain what has happened here. I remember how far we have come, First Commander. The people's fate may be shaken, but we convinced them before and we will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more that the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past. We must pray that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference, permitting Lord Sir Emmerich's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest, Kudrak. Will you deliver my report to the Lord Commander in my stead? Get up, Emmanuel. You go with him. Go on without me. I am not asking. You will answer for your actions in person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Come, Horlet. Your manservant isn't here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honorlith? Honorlith? Could have sworn he was... I know her. Yes. Over here. Injured.
Onawa! No, no! What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Oh, gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Onua?
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kairoujan without delay.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy?
We all want the same thing, and still it falls to pieces!
Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
I know that kid's still dying, so I'm gonna take that kid. I will take him to the Kairousians. It is the least I can do. I may have overacted, but it needed to be done. It was becoming hysterical. I understand the desire to look for reasons, for excuses, to convince yourself you have no choice. But the past is the past, and there is aught to be gained from reliving your mistakes. I know this, but he... I like the katana. I had no desire to wait for the Lordling to emerge from his puddle of self-pity. We have important matters to attend to in Ishgard. How many more till the end of this? Oh, I can actually finish 3.0 today. 3.2. 3.2. 3.2! else do I have? Sword. I'm looking at weapons. I shall return. I think I can get it as long as the thing, the battle thing isn't. I'm not gonna do the grand melee. I think the grand melee is going to be this one. The Spectacle of Ages, I believe. We received troubling reports from Falcon's Nest. What befell you there? Word of the demonstration and its resolution outstripped you, Kudrak. Every man, woman, and child of Ishgard has heard the tale. It was rumored that my youngest lack of judgment was to blame. Of course. Such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? Hand motions. I see. So that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of these misguided few. Cannot let go of the past. In an instant to dedicate to delegate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and the vengeance it begets, only for that to be taken away. It is any wonder that they are left bereft. For what was this sacrifice? Have we aught to show for our suffering? I thought peace a sufficient salve, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmund, and ours is a nation built on century of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it, we must needs, for a way to honor the sacrifice of our forefathers without glorifying in their excess. A difficult path to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul. Let us spur our disillusioned soul to trace them. But as you say, we dare not revel in past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy and an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection, but a lie though they were, they did long serve to unite us. No truth will ever serve us so well, I fear. Yet we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by the other members of the Eorzean Alliance for joint military exercise to strengthen the ties between our nations and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay this exercise until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. Better still, on occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the field as allies. A unified Ishgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of the allied nations' finest. Hosted by Ishgard in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstance would serve as a reaffirmation, nay, a declaration to all and sundry that we are as strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism. It is true, but if we should be defeated, though, even to hold our own against the cream of the three nations might be presented as a triumph. Very well, you may count on my support, for what little it's worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son Emmanuel take part in the Grand Mail. By his deeds he has brought shame onto Ishgard, and so by his deeds I shall have him bring our nation on. As you wish, my lord, for he is, if that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose. Uja, would you be so kind to deliver my instructions to Lucia? I shall write to the Alliance leaders at once and begin making arrangements for the Grand Melee. Should you chance to see my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he had not already returned, he will soon enough, making every effort to avoid me. So this is their solution. Grand Melee to unite the people. And what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder? You whom they have taken into their confidence, on whom they have come so heavily to rely. And well, and would you... oblige them when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Ishgard once more? Once more. Well, when you put it like that, I suppose it would be a shame to not see it through to the bitter end. So for this Grand Melee of his, Sir Emery wishes to field a force comprising both his Temple Knights and Hilda's Watch, yes? I can only imagine that she will have to say about that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go see for myself. It's, Well met, Gudrak. Have you spoken with Sir Emmerich? I was aware of the Alliance's request, so Sir Emmerich will turn this exercise into a spectacle for the masses. It is not that I doubt the effects of such a plan. Indeed, I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Nevertheless, he has not once given me the reason to doubt his intentions, and these are desperate times indeed. I will select knights for the event forthwith. As for the watch, He did now. How considerate of Master Thancred to see out our young watch commander of to seek out our own watch commander for his own volition. Alas, he is acted prematurely. Pray deliver this list of watch candidates to Hilda. I would have her best men, not her most dispensable. Must have the strength to stand unwavering in the face of the enemy. It is the only way we will weather this storm and deliver to new era. Forgive me, but I have much to do. Send Hilda my regards. I thought you had something to discuss with the first commander. Huzzahs! We've been spoiling for a fight. We won't let Sir Emmerich down. You'll see. Bloody fool doesn't realize he'll have to sit this one out. If all the watch run off with Sir Emmerich to play soldier, who would be left to keep an eye on things here? Thancred's been telling me all about Sir Emmerich's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. It's nice for him to invite us all, but I hope he knows what he's doing. 'Cause we ain't dressed to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Well, seems the first commander had gone and handpicked her guests. Can't say I disagree with her choices, though she's got a good eye. Would you be fighting too? Reckon it'd inspire the lads if you were there. If you were. Might take their mind off getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I had to ask, but you haven't seen our favorite lording, have you? Thought not. On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I will search foundation, you search the pillars. I wanna go see if... I'll do that later. Hey there, you buttface. I carried Orin to the mansion. Our best Kairunjans are tending to him as we speak. He has yet to wake, but surely he will. So father has volunteered me for this grand melee for theirs. My beloved family always making my decisions for me. No, it is not like that. It's just... Oh, you wouldn't understand. How could you? You're free to be the man you want to be. Whereas I am the son of House Forton. But you see, my future was determined before I was born. What I could and could not do, right or wrong, there was the way of it. Until the old order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves to their cause, but not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. I suppose I had convinced myself I was above it, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Orin, I wanted to scream. I wanted someone to blame, but in the end it was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept Father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to Sir Emmerich, and I will make my own decision. If I remember correctly, I also get like a foul house for taunt armor. Is that just for the Grand Melee? Congregation. Found him, did you? No more excuses. This will be my choice and mine alone. Hilda did not object to my suggestion then. Good. The Lord Commander is not to be disturbed. May I ask what matter demands his personal attention? I see, very well. You may enter. Oh yeah, I'll slap you. Do you know who I am?
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Oh, it's not auto-advancing.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
Who am I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You'll take charge of the Ishgardian forces?
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights. and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more. An adventurer beholden to none who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory. A warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side. I ask this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time? Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
We would not have come this far were it not for you, Gudrak. It would be an honor and a privilege. To say the same line. Gods help me. I think it might be love. But this it might be cheating too. Your mere presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. And then you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded. It was a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practiced at concealing his emotions. Still, his honesty does him credit. For a moment, I was fair inspired to pledge myself to the cause, but that would be improper. This is their fight and yours, but not mine. Yay, the victory emote! Sir Emeric informs me that the Alliance leaders had agreed to his proposal. The Grand Melee will be held here, shadow of the Gates of Judgment, and in sight of the capital. An announcement has been made. The Alliance forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us. Gudrak, we must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against Alliance forces. Outside of Cartanu, perhaps. But I would not miss this for the world. Of course you wouldn't, good friend. We're gonna, if it's not gonna go up till the start of the duty, instance the duty, and stop. Gudrak, you honor us with your presence. There is some rumor going around that you will be taking field with the Ishgardians. It isn't true, is it? It ain't often highborn dandies deign to fight alongside us. Hoopla, like all our name days rolled into one, isn't it? Is it? And then again, it's our nation pride that is at stake. Nation and personal. I ain't about to let a snot-nosed lordling show me up. The second commander and Hilda's lieutenants shall see to the security of the city in my absence. The melee demands my undivided attention. 'Twas a matter of pride for the Alliance as well. They will not suppose to send their best against us, yet we must not be cowed. Too much rests on our success. It looks to be a veritable who's of the Eorzean Alliance. The only question is who came to watch and who came to fight. Nanamo. Definitely Nanamo. What? I can't see any of them. Temple Knights fighting side by side with humble watchmen. A queer sight, but something somehow right. There he is, I see. When you didn't appear, I began to question. Nothing. Never mind. To think that we are mere moments away from facing the cream of the Eorzea's soldiery in battle. That I am mere. But what if? Oh, what am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory of the glory of the story I will tell Oranth when he awakens. Alright. Duty will not commence. Duty will not commence. Accidentally took a picture. Alrighty, that's it for today. It's getting late and I want to go to bed. It's late. Not a lot of people came by. But if you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD and have a nice evening. I'll be back later today to stream again. Thank you, like and subscribe. Good night.